Ugh, some hair. Here comes the hot stepper, murderer. Good morning. Oh, I can see you all again. How much nicer. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh my God, I need to shave my armpits. Holy moly. How is everybody doing this morning? It is freezing in Birmingham. In case anybody was wondering, it is very cold. I am freezing. I love you too, Cheryl. Good morning. Really quick, I don't know if you guys saw, but I'm going to try something with Taylor. If you know somebody who loves Coffee Talk, never misses a day, loves me, loves this community, and they live within driving distance of where I live. So I'm willing to go 2 or 3 hours. So if they live in Georgia or even Nashville, anywhere in Alabama, email Taylor and tell him who they are and why you think I should surprise them. Anyway, Taylor's email is ASST for assist. ASST@bridgeandtunnelentertainment.com. My boobs are itching. Anyway, if you know of anybody who should be surprised by me, please email Taylor. And if you think it's you, have one of your friends email him. But it is freezing. Freezing in Birmingham this morning. Very cold. Okay, so I wanted to talk to you honestly about anxiety. I think there's a difference. First, let me preface this with saying there's a difference between chronic anxiety and anxiety that shows up in your life for a reason. I am talking about anxiety that shows up at a party it wasn't really invited to. I have found a lot of times that when anxiety shows up, we immediately, because it's an uncomfortable, scary feeling, try to dissipate it. We try to make it go away. A lot of times we don't take the time to ask it why it's there. We don't take the time to listen about what we are actually anxious about, which in turn makes us more anxious. Have you ever tried to get a dog to move that doesn't want to move? Pulling it on a leash and the dog does this with its body. That's what anxiety will do if you don't take the time to listen to it. Again, I'm not talking about chronic anxiety. I'm not talking about an anxiety disorder where you have anxiety every day and it's hard to dissipate what's real from what's chronic. I'm talking about anxiety that shows up. You wake up filled with anxiety out of nowhere and you don't. What is the issue? What is the issue? Okay, well, there's 1,000 brushes in our house, Charlie. You don't have to come get the one in my room. They take my brush every day. Brush your hair in my bathroom. You cannot take it out of my room because then I'll never see it again. Anyway, it's fine, Charlie. Just leave him. When you wake up and anxiety, okay. When you wake up and anxiety is there, I find the best thing to do is roll over and go, okay, why are you here? I used to try to run from it, ignore it, pretend it wasn't there, stretch it out, go talk to the kids, pretend it wasn't there. Meanwhile, My whole body's plagued with anxiety. I feel nauseous. It's climbing up the back of my neck. I can't concentrate on anything because I'm ignoring a bigger issue. Anxiety comes when there is something that requires your attention, something that requires your action, right? But you may not at the time be able to see it, or you may be avoiding it. And in that, anxiety will come and say, see if you can get him to follow you, Charlie. Call him.
Sparrow, come. Sparrow, come.
Pick up his ball and walk out of the room with it. Okay, now walk out. Now shut the door. Cierra la puerta, cierra la puerta. Rápido, rápido. She did it. Okay, I'm so sorry. I have a kid, like dogs. Okay, so let me get back to what I'm trying to say. When you wake up and you feel anxious, take a minute to go, okay, what's going on? What requires my attention? What am I avoiding? What am I afraid of? What am I insecure about? What am I becoming paranoid about? Whatever that issue is that you are not dealing with head on, is causing you the anxiety. And oftentimes the avoidance of that issue will give us great anxiety. It is much easier to just deal with it head on, have the uncomfortable conversation. The anxiety will go away. I dealt with that last week. You know, I was engaging in self-destructive behavior. I was in a space where I had to own my behavior and fix it so I could move on. And it caused me so much anxiety. In fact, even after I apologized, I still felt anxious because I didn't feel like people were really okay with me. And that's a terrible feeling, to feel like you're still the martyr. You're still the one that everyone's like, ugh, right? Nobody wants to feel that way. And anxiety will keep you up at night. And it'll be there when you wake up in the morning. The best thing you can do if you want the anxiety to go away is address the situation you're avoiding. Because anxiety is there in the morning to go, hey, guess what you're not dealing with? You've got to have this conversation, or else I'm going to make you paranoid. I'm going to make you believe people are talking about you, or they don't like you, or things are not okay. 9 times out of 10, what we create in our mind is worse than what's actually happening. But because we avoid it, because we're afraid to have the conversation, anxiety tricks us into believing that, like, the whole world hates us and everybody thinks we're terrible and like we're not okay. And we give anxiety so much power in our life. Face the uncomfortable situation. Own your behavior. Apologize for it. Move on. If you still don't feel good after, check in after a couple of days and say, hey, I just want to thank you again for the time you gave me. Just making sure that we're on the right track. Allow them to put your mind at ease and move on. If you still feel paranoid about a situation, if you still don't feel good about it, if you still have anxiety or fear that things are not really okay, that is the universe's way of telling you you're in the wrong situation. That it has nothing to do with you anymore. It has nothing to do with your apology or whether you owned it, whether you fixed it, whether you moved on, nothing. That is the universe's way of saying, that was a lifeboat. I was trying to get you out of there. You're not listening. So, just think about what I said. If anxiety recently creeped up into your life, take an honest inventory of the issues you're not facing, the conversations you're not having. See if there is something you could be addressing head on, something you've been avoiding, something you're fearful of. And then move in the direction to make amends, move in the direction to have the conversation, move in the direction to make peace with whatever it is you are battling. Because if you do, as scary as it feels, the anxiety will go. The anxiety will leave. I promise. Oh my God, my fingers just look like a tushy. I love you guys so much today. Know that if you experience anxiety, you are definitely not alone. But you don't have to live with it. It's coming to tell you that you need to make peace with certain situations in your life. Avoidance brings anxiety. It just does. They're like best friends who can't live without each other. Avoidance and anxiety. I love you guys so much today. Have a great, great day.